Hi everyone. I'm here again, bursting right in without an invitation, but hey, whatever. Um I'm here because I showed you the other day this here chenille it, which is a long strip of fabric cut on the bias that you can do the chenille work with. Well, I bought 2 rolls of this. I bought this one that's in a off white and one in a white. And so, but after having this and playing and looking at it and feeling it and touching it and caressing it, I decided, well, you don't really need that. Although this is nice, it's almost like a linen. It's a very loose weave. You can see the weave almost in it that it's loose, so it'll fray fast. But then I got to digging through my treasures. I went on a treasure hunt and I found that I do have bias tape. Some of it's been around a while. This one here says it was 15 cents, so you know that one was around for a while. Okay, so I have played with a few things and I have found that the bias tape works the same. So I have a few of these little things. I'm going to use this one here just to play with, because all I do is play. I don't really make stuff. This is well, it was supposed to be a leaf, kind of like a leaf, but I just used a piece of fabric and I sewed the fabric on and made the veins of the leaf in there, and then put the double layer of the bias of the chenille around. Um, then I made this one leaf here. You see, and that's another leaf there. I did the same way. Then I made this here kind of like a flower or a star or something. This one here, and that's just using the chenille. Um, and I just love using my 10 by 10 squares. I just end up with a whole bunch of 10 by 10 squares that I've done stuff on. Don't know what I'm going to do with them, but it doesn't matter because it's just fun doing it. So I did that one, and then this one here I did, and these are 2 pretty ladies, and it says sing up here, and here they are just a singing. And here now I used the chenille along with some of this same green, that this here same one that I cut on the bias. And so, because I was just talking to my friend Carmen, and she told me about this cutting this stuff on the bias, and oh man, she just didn't have to tell me twice. And so that's what that's what I've done. But see, I put the puffy underneath there. I like them puffies underneath there. So what I want to do now is here. Let's see. I want to have this piece. I thought I just pulled out a piece of fabric. Elizabeth, what'd you do with it? Good grief, this woman. This woman, I have to live in her body. Oh, here. I had a little piece of fabric. See, there's another 10 by 10 square. It's some Christmassy fabric, but you know it's Christmas once a year. And so, and here, and I'm going to use this right here. I'm going to cut this a little bit better. This is what I'm going to do here. We're going to be using the family, the ones you live with, laugh with, and love. I love that saying right there. It's beautiful. Now, so this will be another square. I got my thingy upside down, but that's okay. My camera. I can turn this like this, then you'd never know it was upside down. Okay, but what I want to do is see. I take this batting or whatever you call it, wadding, batting, and I'm gonna put that. I want it. I want it to be puffy. You know, I just think puffy is just nice. So, and and I just use little pieces. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. And so I'll just cut that to fit that there and see. And put that on there like this. Well, I got that probably too big, but hey, I can mend that. I can fix that problem. It's not a problem. Nothing's a problem anymore. Okay, let's put this right here like this. Cut this end off. So I use all these pieces. I don't throw none of it away because I just stuff it in where it needs to go. There, see, now that's all stuffy, fluffy. Okay, so then I just need to put in a couple of pins. God, my hands look giant when I look at myself up in the screen. But they, oh, I guess that's because they are. Good grief. But anyway, see there. Now, that's what I'm going to do with that so far. So now I'll put you over here to the sewing machine right there. Okay, now that's the sewing machine. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stitch. And this is just raw edge applique is what this is. Raw edge. And I'm going to just go ahead and stitch that on all the way around. And I'm leaving on this one now, I don't know, it's a 1/4 of an inch, maybe it's more than that, 3/8 of a seam here, and I'm just stitching around the thing. I'm stitching around the thing. That's what I'm doing right there. And so it's getting stitched. Okay. I was waiting on an order that I put in at Amazon today. So I looked on my Amazon page to see when it was going to be delivered, and I realized I never even completed the order. Oh, good night, noise. And so, but that's okay. Papa's not going to get its chickens. He was some of my chicken stuff I need, and my chickens are Papa's chickens. But we're going to wait and get the chickens on Friday, the baby chicks on Friday, because what's still coming is they got to have their little heat lights when they're brooding, when they're in the brooder. They got to have like little heat lights. I had heat lights at one time, but I think I gave them away. Okay, so now, see, I just stitched that all the way around. Okay, so now then. So then that's stitched on there. And so then we'll go down here again. And, God, I had this whole table cleared off yesterday. Now, looks like I got it a little cattywampus, but we don't mind that at all. We just do not mind cattywampus. I'm going to go ahead and, because I don't need the batting all here on the edge, so I'm going to go ahead and just kind of snip it a little closer to the seam. A little bit of it sticking out isn't no big deal. It's just fine like that. And yeah, Papa had his birthday yesterday, so he's officially finished level 78. He officially finished level 78 in this game of life. And so now he's, you know, at mile marker 78. So now he's starting to work on mile marker 79. All right, now let's see what I want to do here. Now see, I got that. Oh, it's nice and puffy. Now I'm going to take, what do I have here? I have, oh, look at this yellow, because there's yellow in this background. Look at me getting all matchy-watchy here. Or something. Getting all matchy-watchy. I'm going to take this yellow, and my iron's still hot. Let's see. And see, it's like a single, well, they call that single fold, which actually it's got 2 folds in it. So the whole bias tape then is actually that wide. I'm going to, now I have to go over here and iron it. I'm going to iron it. See how handy I have everything here? Just got my swivelly chair and I can just swivel to my ironing board. And bless you, Papa. Thank you. And I'm just ironing this bias tape open. And so bias tape isn't cheap either anymore. But bias tape is one of those things, they seem to always have plenty of it at the thrift shop. And when they sell it at the thrift shop, they sell it for like 10 cents. And so that's what I'm going to buy. I'm not going to buy I was thinking about buying another couple of rolls, but the stuff is like $16 a roll. But now that I've got the stuff, I realize that it's really no different than once you press it out like that. So what if I just do a row? I want to see what happens now. Here, this one is, this one here is blue. I think this is like kind of old. What they call vintage these days, but I'm vintage. I like vintage. And so I'm going to press this one out too. So I have some blue. I'm going to put the yellow and the blue together. Now tomorrow evening, I have, Ray and I are going live, and we're going to be doing something we never know what we're going to do because we've lost our minds. And so we never know what we're going to do. Sometimes we plan ahead, but not usually. Because planning ahead, it just doesn't work. So see there, now I got that one. Okay, so I got the yellow, the blue, and the yellow. I'm going to put these together. We're going to see what happens. So I am going to now move these out of the way. See, I'm going to use the blue and the yellow. Let's see. Blue and yellow. I'm going to put the yellow first and then the blue. And I'm going to pin it, just kind of pin it on here, sort of. And now the extra wide bias tape, this is a half of the width of some red that I used. And all you need is half of that. Where's my pins? Oh, good grief. I throw my stuff out of the way and then I can't find it. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put I'm going to go through 3 rows, 3 layers of this here. Because now I'm going to use also a layer. Now this bias tape is actually got a tighter weave than this is almost like a linen, this stuff here. I have some linen fabric in there too that I bought to put some art on. Okay, and so when I do this, okay, I'm just going to pin that on there. And then I cut it at the corner. Now, why did I start there? How goofy. I'm telling you, I need a little brain transplant or something some days, I wonder. Okay, so I'm going to put those 3, but I'm going to go start up here, put them on there, 1, 2, 3 rows, 3. Well, Elizabeth, just cut it. I'm going to cut it anyway, so let's just cut them 3, and I'm going to cut these here like this, and put them, okay, now I'm going to put them, so I'm going to cover over that seam I just put on there where I stitched the raw edge applique. See, that's simple as that. Okay, and so there it is. And then I'm going to do the same thing here. I'll make another strip of the yellow. Okay, I need it that big. Let me just cut all these. And then that's just, yeah, they're all the same square, I think, whatever, close enough. And I need 3 more. Okay, then I can put this one out of the way, throw it over there in my pile. And as long as I got piles of stuff like this everywhere, if I do happen to fall, you know, some people worry about old people falling. At least if I fall, I got so much soft cushion to land on, so it's like all good. No worries. Yeah, no worries. Okay, so then I need 3 more of this one here. 1, 2. My son calling. I gotta pause. Okay, that was just a weather update. They're gonna have more snow over there in Arizona. He lives up in the mountains of Arizona, and so they get snow over there. He likes to keep me updated on the snow because it's unusual right now for them to be still getting this much snow over there. Okay, so now I'm gonna ouch. Don't poke yourself in the finger when you're needling this stuff. I just love this stuff. I just think I love the look of it. I'm telling you. Okay, and then we'll go here with the yellow, and then the blue, and then the cream. Put that on there. And give that a little poke with a pin. Okay, and then we can go across the 4th side with the yellow. Ooh, I'm curious to see how this will look. Blue, and then the cream. Okay, and it's like we framed it. Oh, see, I forgot for my pins. Good grief. I'm almost aged out of being able to make these videos because of my mind is slipping. Okay, now I got that all pinned on there. So now let's go back to the sewing machine. See how? Don't look at this stuff around because it's how I organize things actually. Oh, I wonder if I can well, maybe not. I was going to see if I could focus. If I could. Oh, can't because I don't know what I did with my doohickey. Okay, you can see anyway what I'm doing here. Maybe you can see. Just move this whole thing up a little closer. There we go. Now it's good. Now it's in perfection. So now I'm going to go right up the middle with this. I'm going to stitch right up the middle. And just straight stitching. And pull that pin out of there. Okay, I can pull that one out of there. Got it held on with my fingers. And then we're going to go like this way. This goes fast too. I mean, you get to the fun part fast. And since this is raw edge applique, everything is raw edge. I love doing the raw edge everything because it's less work, and to me, it's just beautiful, in my own humble opinion. And I'll snip off those little. I could have measured and got these the right length, which Probably I might do that one day, I don't know. But I'm going to right now just snip off these little ends that are a little long. God, I love my sewing machine. My sewing machine is amazing. As most of you know, I wore out my other, but I used my other one for a couple years. But then I was watching a lot of different YouTubes on repairing sewing machines, and they say these kind, like right here, are made for home, you know, people who sew at home, but probably more like normal people that just don't have their sewing machine running all day, every day. Mine just seems to run, it runs a little bit every day, or a lot every day. And so I really get my money's worth out of it, or, you know, I get good use for the time. And so, but there's some kind of like little neoprene or plasticish kind of gears in there, and what happens is they just wear slam out. You can get them repaired and replaced, but like the repair guy said that I was watching, even on the video, he says it's actually be more expensive to get it fixed than to buy another one. So there's that. Okay, now let's make my pile over there a little bit bigger, and let's do this. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and snip these little edges off so that it's kind of, so the bias tape is kind of squared up a bit. And so yeah, I'm rough on my things, I guess. And that's why I should be a little less rough. I just burnt up my mini iron, so now I'm back to my big iron. But I'm not going to even get another mini iron because I don't think you can get them where they have an automatic shut-off. I think they are, like my big iron here, it's got an automatic shut-off. And so if I forget to turn it off, it shuts itself off. Well, my little mini irons, I've been through 2 of them now. And I just, my last one, I just threw it in the garbage because it quit. But what I do is I forget to turn them off. And so then the heat, it just stays heat all hot that long, it tears up your iron. And so I'm just going to use my big one. I'll just use it because it's got an automatic shut-off. I don't think the little ones have an automatic shut-off. Now, what did I do with my, oh, there it is. Now this is a small wire brush. You can buy these, you know, buy like a 3 or 4 or 6 pack up at there at the Harbor Freight, and they, look here, I just pull that stuff out of there. There, fluff, pull out the fluff. Now this is where it gets beautiful. Now I'm going to just start. I am not buying another mini iron, Papa. Take that. No, don't you buy me one either, because I'm going to be happy with my big one. Papa just starts researching things. He hears what I say and starts researching, but I'm not going to get another one. I'm just going to use my big one. No reason. And so now see how that's fluffing up so pretty, and having the 3 colors. Ooh. Now I think, now the tighter the weave, you know what it said, actually, you should, if you just put this in the dryer, I mean in the washer and dryer, it will it will do its own fluff thing on its own. You don't have to do this. And then somewhere it said that you should wet it too. Well, I didn't wet it. Not yet anyway. I have to find my little spray bottle, and then one day I'll try it damp. Maybe this is what I think I'm going to do. I think I'll still be stuck on this tomorrow evening while me and Ray do our live. Then let me try it with the spray bottle too. But right now I'm just doing the old brush thing here. And what it is, it's just opening up and it's blooming. That's what it's doing. It's blooming. That's what I seen that word. It's called blooming, which is good. I'm a blooming idiot, so I should know how to do this. I'm proud of it too. I'm telling you what's the truth. Now, gosh, look how that looks. See there? That's bloomed right there. Right here, bloomed. And this here is not bloomed yet. See how pretty that is? Could you imagine doing a whole quilt with nothing but blooming pictures? Oh my goodness. And you can do, see, I was thinking when I did these I did them on sort of like a felt fabric. And I thought how cool that would be to make like a whole entire, like make the petals of the flower, the leaves of the flower, and then cut them out and then applique them onto your backing, whatever you want to applique them to. These would make like pillows too. Oh, what pretty pillows. Now I'm seeing that this white, the light color, which is the actual chenille fabric, it's actually fraying a lot faster than this other. And I believe that is mainly because it is a looser weave. You gotta cut this right here. And oh, see, there we go. Now I want to get that yellow underneath. I want it to be fluffed up good too. I think I'll give this a good washing too. I'll go ahead and wash a load of clothes just so I can get this washed and dried, and then we'll see what it looks like tomorrow when I do my live stream on Wednesday, the 22nd, 4:30. Look how pretty that looks. Okay, go one way, then we'll go the other way. Let's see, here I gotta do more because I'm not seeing the yellow. So we gotta get that. Well, I need to empty out my brush here and just get some of this fluff out of my brush. Yeah, let's put that right there. And get that blooming, just get it blooming. And then you can, do something like this, and then you can even add more to it. You could add, put on a couple little flowers here and there, or add some beads on it here and there, and really doll this thing up. And just, oh man, you know what I think this would be cool if you do it on denim as well. Look at that, how pretty that is. I think that's gorgeous. I think I need to do. There's a little bit more brushing on here, but you get you're catching my drift, right? And like I say, after this is washed and dried, I think it'll be even better. Like if you're the kind that makes like fabricy um, journal covers and stuff, this would be um, this would be awesome on a cover. But look how isn't that pretty? The edging, the edging part. Here, see, I can see where I really need to it's not two yet, is it? No.
Did you give me one this morning?
Yeah.
Oh.
You had it this morning. Yeah. And okay, sweetie. See, I just love it. I just love that look. Just brush it, and yeah, I'm gonna try spraying it too, which that was what was suggested on the instructions. I just haven't sprayed it with water. Oh, but I love it. But and then the more times this would be washed or so would be the more it's washed, the more this will bloom. But I want to show you too. Okay, like here, I keep 10 by 10 squares always. That's how my scraps work. I keep 10 by 10s, 5 by 5s, and then smaller scraps because I don't really ever use anything more than a 10 by 10. And so, and that's what that's what I put up on my video here a couple days ago. And for use, thank you all who have ordered. I don't have your orders. All your orders are ready to go. I just don't have them sent yet. I have to package them. I got them all cut, tied into bundles, and now just to package them and finish up the orders, and then I'll have them mailed off. So, and I thank you all who ordered. That is wonderful, and that video will stay up as long as I have scraps, which is probably going to be the rest of my life. And so, but now I take that 10 by 10 and I just folded it on the diagonal. So this here edge right here is the bias. And so, and then if I fold it like this again, okay, then this is all on the bias, either one of these ways. That's the bias. And so I'm going to take this, and so if you don't have bias tape, or if you don't have bias tape, or you don't have the chenille it, then, and you just have scraps of fabric, then here, I'm going to cut this, and you can cut this whole piece. Cut. You know, I should go ahead and pin that. Put one little pin in there to keep it from shifting. Okay, now, and I want to cut it to about a half an inch. And all the way down. Each piece will be shorter, but and you can use it narrower too. Because when you buy the chenille, you can buy it every place that I've seen it anyway. You can get it in 5/8 or 3/8. I think are the two sizes that they offer. And so you'll cut your bias, your fabric on the bias, because when you cut it on the bias, that's when it'll shred better. I mean, it'll bloom better, and it will also turn. It'll curve better around whatever you are. There, now I got me a little piece there. And see, now those are long enough, and it's not cut straight. That's okay. That's not going to make a hill of beans difference. But see, now I have all these strips of bias. Now, if I wanted to, I could sew all this together by going like this, by going like this and stitch it along there, and then go like that, and it would be a continuous. But you don't need that when you're doing this. Okay, see? So I've got all this. I've got the bias. This is all cut on a bias. Now see, because now when it's on the bias, when you go to turn it around, like when I did the leaves, and I wanted to turn it, it turns. I mean, it turns because it's on the bias. It turns real nicely. You can even iron it before you do this. Wouldn't that be pretty with that color? But now this is going to make something pretty. I'm going to work on that now. And but gosh, see, if I put together the yellow and this on top of it, oh my gosh, will that be pretty once it's bloomed. And so we's blooming artists, what we are in this stage of the game. But I just love how that worked out. And see, like this one here, that one I had used some of the green. This is, I cut this on the bias, and that's real narrow. And but then I put it first, and then the ivory color, and went around, and so how pretty that looks. But because I use the same fabric right here, it just gives it such a beautiful look, I think anyway. And then my flower or star or whatever it is. I could make this into a flower. I could put a stem down and then put those leaves. Somehow cut these leaves out like this. Well, or I could put like another piece of fabric down here, and then I'd have these leaves. Do leaves all have to be green? Heck, nobody. See, I could do that. But anyway, that's what I wanted to show you today. Um, and so let's see, I'm gonna get moving now and see what else I can do to keep me from having to do the dishes. Oh, that's right, I don't have no dishes to do. But I'm gonna give you a little read first. But I'm right now looking for my Oh darn! Would I put my? Well, I don't know. Well, you know what? I just bought more books to read, and here's one of them: Chicken Soup for the Soul. I haven't read any of these yet. Inspirational stories of hope, devotion, faith, and miracles. Let's see if I can find a real. These are all short stories, but I want to see if I can find one that's just 1 page long. This minute I'm looking for a 1 page story, so I don't keep you too long. You just need a 1 page story. Oh, I don't want these 3 long. That's like a whole novel. I want a short. The Hand of God. A perfect mistake. Okay, here's a perfect mistake. Let's read that. That's all this. So you just have to hang on just for just a New York minute, and we're going to read this. A perfect mistake. Now. Oh, good grief. It's my glasses. Okay. A miracle is worth, I can't see that. Just a minute. Hang on, you guys. Just don't leave yet. I'll put on these ones, because my other glasses are over on the other table. So I'll put these magnifying glasses on. Let's see. And put these on. Then they got like this light. Even. Is the light on? Yeah, see? Now I can see. Oh, yeah, this is good. Okay. A miracle is a work exceeding the power of any created agent, consequently being an effect of the divine omnipotence. Papa, would you go get my glasses right over there by my by my electric chair, and it's right on that table by my electric chair. I I didn't know I still had this right here, like this. Here, you can read along with me. Do you see him right there? Oh man, I swear I wouldn't trade you for Salgo chicken, Papa. You are just amazing. Just a minute, I'm gonna get with this perfect mistake. And thank you, Papa. You're a good man, Gungadin. Ow, jeez. I will. Okay, now we're set. Oh, that works. A miracle is work exceeding the power of any created agent, consequently being an effect of the divine omnipotence. That was written by Robert South. Grandpa Nijbeken loved life, especially when he could play a trick on somebody. At those times his large Norwegian frame shook with laughter while he feigned innocent surprise, exclaiming, "Oh, forevermore!" But on a cold Saturday in downtown Chicago, Grandpa felt that God played a trick on him, and Grandpa wasn't laughing. Mother's father worked as a carpenter. On this particular day, he was building some crates for the clothes his church was sending to an orphanage in China. On his way home, he reached into his shirt pocket to find his glasses, but they were gone. He remembered putting them there that morning, so he drove back to the church. His search proved fruitless. When he mentally replayed his earlier actions, he realized what happened. The glasses had slipped out of his pocket unnoticed, excuse me, and fallen into one of the crates, which he had nailed shut. His brand new glasses were heading for China. The Great Depression was at its height, and Grandpa had 6 children. He had spent $20 for those glasses that very morning. "It's not fair," he told God as he drove home in frustration. "I've been very faithful in giving my time and money to your work, and now this." Several months later, the director of the orphanage was on furlough in the United States. He wanted to visit all the churches that supported him in China. So he came to speak one Sunday night at my grandfather's small church in Chicago. Grandpa and his family sat in their customary seats among the sparse congregation. The missionary began by thanking the people for their faithfulness in supporting the orphanage. But most of all, he said, "I must thank you for the glasses you sent last year. You see, the communists had just swept through the orphanage, destroying everything, including my glasses. I was desperate. Even if I had the money, there was simply no way of replacing those glasses. Along with not being able to see well, I experienced headaches every day. So my co-workers and I were much in prayer about this. And then your crates arrived. When my staff removed the covers, they found a pair of glasses lying on top." The missionary paused long enough to let his words sink in. Then, still gripped with the wonder of it all, he continued, "Folks, when I tried on the glasses, it was as though they had been custom made for me. I want to thank you for being a part of that." The people listened, happy for the miraculous glasses. But the missionary surely must have confused their church with another, they thought. There were no glasses on their list of items to be sent overseas. But sitting quietly in the back, with tears streaming down his face, an ordinary carpenter realized the master carpenter had used him in an extraordinary way. Isn't that awesome? That was written by Cheryl Waterman Stewart for Chicken Soup for the Soul. That I love the stories in these chicken soup books. They're wonderful. And I just bought 4 different books from thrift books. Thrift books? Yeah, thrift books. About 4, which I paid for the 4 books less than I would have paid for 1 book if I bought it new. So I love thrift books. Boy, I will um, They got them, and I love these chicken soup for the soul books. They are so wonderful. So with that story, I ask God to watch over you every step you take, every move you make. Everything happens for a reason, even if you accidentally dropped your glasses in a box and shipped them off to China. Everything has a reason. Okay, ask God to watch over you every step you take, every move you make, keep you safe and secure, keep you healthy, happy, and humble, and bring you back to the next video. And keep on stitching, because stitching just keeps you stitching or something. God bless you all. Thank you so much for watching.